Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. We're James with Games. Happy Saturday, team. Yeah, here we are in what might be the final session of our Suikoden playthrough. It depends on three things. How hard is it to get the remaining stars, recruit the remaining heroes? How much do I care about maximizing my recruitment? And then 3, how long is the end game? So I feel pretty confident, pretty comfortable saying either this is the last one or next week is the last one. So that's exciting. Here we are. Geez, heading into the last week of my vacation. 2 years in a row that I really didn't seize the vacation to do a whole lot more streaming like I'd hoped. But what can you do? You cannot predict what will happen in this world. Yes. Hello, Tashtari. We can say with confidence that either it's the last or it's not. An exclusive disjunction. It can only be one of the two. And it can't be neither. Starting a little bit late today. Not much, but a little. Because I got set up on time, except that I just didn't think about the fact that I needed a video game console to play Suikoden on. And I started this playthrough playing it on my Switch, and I wasn't playing anything else with a game card, so it was easy. Whenever I needed to do the stream, plug the Switch in. We hadn't really been doing anything on the TV with the Switch either, so I always just had the dock in here. But I got a Switch 2 and I transferred all my stuff. So now I'm doing it on the Switch 2, but I was playing Donkey Kong Bonanza on the Switch 2, and of course also the whole business is downstairs, which I realized at 1:30. Then I brought the thing up and I hooked it up and I was like, wait, the game card's not in there. Because I have a physical copy of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Anyway, it was a good first week with my brand new Switch 2. The very first thing I did on it was just continue playing the classic game remaster that I had already been playing on my Switch. But since then, played a fair bit of Mario Kart World. Danielle loves it. I'm really enjoying it too. I love it. Playing Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is a tremendous game. At least so far, not a super challenging game, but a really sweet little game that I quite enjoy. I coughed up the $15 for Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. And so yesterday, which is a day that we spent a lot of time in the car during, I learned a whole bunch of facts about the Nintendo Switch 2, not a single one of which I can share with you. No, wait, I can share one. The micro SD Express, has to be Express, so there's another fact. The memory card for the Switch is located for the Switch 2, sort of down to the bottom right of the console, while the system on a chip is towards the upper left. And this is to isolate the memory from any wiring to help it not heat up. Very cool. Anyway. Neat. Here we are. I had formed a thought in my mind about what I was going to do when I started here today. I guess one part is get Kryn out of the party. We don't need Kryn in the party anymore. Turn this up a bit for myself. Okay. Let me know if there are... I wouldn't assume there are any volume issues for the folks at home. They call him Cringe because that's what everybody does when he comes around. He really does just have the vibe of a guy who everybody else is uncomfortable to be speaking to. You're trying to be polite because he hasn't necessarily given you a clear reason to not want him around. Okay. Can I switch some party members? Yeah. All that remains is the imperial capital of Gregminster, guarded by Charizate and Coaba Fortress. Yes, I was hoping you would let me change the party. Okay. I guess we have to initiate this before I can change the party. Hopefully it won't on-rails me to the end of the game. Commander James, we've now liberated most of the Empire. Only the capital remains. The Liberation Army's strength is almost comparable to that of the Imperial Army's principal forces within the capital. Okay, we're ready. Where do we attack next? Capital will be my guess. To get to the capital, we must get past Coapa Fortress, guarded by General Ain Gidi. Or, if we approach by water, we must get past the floating fortress. Something went wrong there. Or if we approach by water, we must get past the floating fortress of Sharazade, guarded by General Sonya Shulen. I say we go with Coapa Fortress. We don't have enough boats to attack Sharazade. Of course, it's exactly what the enemy will think. Don't worry about the boats. I'll have 500 of them ready by tomorrow. 500! I'm not going to assist. You're just going to look like an idiot if you choose this one. Obviously, Mathiu is not just bluffing. Alright, get to work on it then. Thank you, Commander. I swear to make good on my promise. You'll see tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's gonna be a big battle. Better turn in early tonight. Oh no. Don't force me into the end game. I have stuff I want to do. Sir Mathiu. What can I do for you, Sir Humphrey? Heard you used to serve in the Imperial Army? You parted ways with the Empire after the Kaleka incident? Yes, that's right. I was unable to prevent that unfortunate tragedy. In the midst of the war, I realized just how powerless I was, so I left the Empire. I had hoped to lead a quiet life, to never involve myself in another war. I was one of the Imperial soldiers who attacked Kaleka. Still can't forget what happened that day. In my rage, I cut down my own commander, became a fugitive of the Empire. That was the first time I killed someone with pure hatred. And I pray it'll be the last. Humphrey, now is not the time to worry about such things. We have work to do. Once the war is over. Now, hopefully... Now, okay, we're gonna get a bunch of scenes. Hey, you old fart! We got a big battle to fight tomorrow. What the heck are you doing here? I should ask the same of you, Greenhorn. I told you not to enter my room without permission. Listen, Fossil. You may not be around after tomorrow, so I came to get one last look at that ugly mug of yours. I've been up working all night too, thanks to Sir Mathiu's crazy strategy, and this is the welcome I get? Oh, well then. There's a bottle I've been saving for just this kind of special occasion. I can't remember what I was doing for Commandal. Again is easy. His voice implies the obnoxiousness. His picture implies the obnoxiousness of the voice. Aha. Perhaps a holdover, localizers hadn't fully woken up to, oh, PlayStation will let us use, curse words and stuff. By the time we even get to just like Final Fantasy VII, which is like the translator's like, sweet, just have this character say shit. Tomorrow's gonna be a big battle, Pawn. Please keep me safe. Oh, I get it. I was like, Clea, if you lost your mind, no. This does kind of feel like I'm about to get on-railsed without getting a chance to collect any more characters. Come on, Taiho, what's wrong? You're not drinking at all. Huh? Oh, just thinking about tomorrow. It isn't like you to worry. How about the two of us drink the night away? Two of us? Seems like we're a group of three. That's right, Taiho. How about the three of us stay up all night drinking? Jeez, read the room already, Yanku. I always a weakness for the pretty ladies. Better stick around, keep them safe. Say, Hicks, isn't the moon beautiful tonight? Huh? Did you say something, Tengar? Anyway, this fish is delicious. You should try some. Seriously, why are you always like this? What's the matter? Why are you so upset? I am not upset. She's at least a little upset. Sir Flick, what are you doing out here? You'll catch a cold. Oh, nothing. Just thinking. About Lady Odessa? We have an early morning tomorrow. Better get back to bed if you can't sleep. I have a fine bottle of wine that'll do the job nicely. I appreciate it, Sanchez. Well, that's like, there you're really losing the meaning by switching it to tea. He's having trouble sleeping. We should definitely have wine rather than tea. Oh yeah, I guess there are, herbal teas and stuff. Some rooibos or something. Snoring sounds from Kryn. Wow, so much treasure. You can't carry it all. Just sleeping on the stone floor of the dungeon. Because everything about Kryn is just a little off. What do you think? Can we win tomorrow's battle? We can, but many young lives will be lost. It pains me to think of it. Indeed, we old ones are ready for what's to come. But it hurts to watch the young die before their time. Knock, knock, James. Did I wake you? I'm relieved to see you sleep. You can sleep before tomorrow's big battle. Mark of a true leader. There's something I want to give you, James. Take it. You acquire the bronze axe. This was Gremio's axe. Brought it back with me from Sonya prison. Kept it hidden until now, as thought it would only cause you more pain. But since I may also lose my life tomorrow, I thought I'd give it to you tonight. James, tomorrow will be a big battle. Many lives will be lost. But you must continue forward for the sake of all those who fought for a better future. For Gremio. I'm gonna head back to my room now. James, let's win tomorrow. All right, agreed. We'll win. That's the plan. Is it gonna give me, for all that it'll be some serious ludonarrative dissonance. But okay, good. We can do some free roaming. Oh, my party's been emptied. Okay, who do I want to take with me on this trip? I want to take Kuromimi. This is for a recruitment trip, not a trying to do stuff trip. Stallion, Kirkis, trying to remember. Sylvina, and I think that's all that's important to me right now. So I'll just take Ronnie Bell. Filled the party up. Because, okay. Oh, I had an index card. Really should have used something more durable. 1 second. No, here it is. I have an index card of the ones I have definite leads on, but I forgot one thing that I have an oblique lead on. And that's why I've loaded up on elves plus Kuromimi here, is that, first of all, I remember there is a hint about an elf, just a wandering elf, Rubi. There's also at least one kobold, because in battle scenes, the trio category that Kuromimi is in is called kobolds and other, or something like that. Something that implies two kobolds and one third party. And I went to some of the places in the elf, dwarf, kobold region last time and did not succeed at recruiting anybody. But I just feel like I wasn't thinking about I forgot that there even was a kobold place, because I feel like maybe it wasn't in the... Either it has a proper name or it's not in the teleport list options. Or it has a vague name, because it might be part of that forest path. I can't remember. So I'm feeling like if I go to that area with all the elves and Kuromimi and make sure I go to every location, I'm at least going to find this kobold. And maybe I'll find the elf. Beyond that, I know that there is... Damn it. Never mind. We're on rails, and I've got a crummy party. Oh, hey, boss. Take a look at this. That master strategist of yours comes up with the craziest ideas. Seriously, I can't believe he used my thrash for this. Commander James, please take a look at these boats. Apparently, they were made by freezing lake water with dragon breath. Well, you don't see that every day. I'm floating all right. Pretty sturdy to boot. As promised, I have prepared 500 boats. We now await your orders, Commander James. Hold on a minute. Very well, sir. But please hurry before the ice melts. Okay. We've got just a minute here to pour over the entire world and try to find, what, 9 people? I mean, I don't need to get 100%, but I need to get more than I have right now. Yeah, so other ones I have hints for. Crowley and Leon, who both want the... Yeah. Maybe the dragon's breath can, like, adequately fill in on that. We have to be very careful getting the boat out of the harbor here. Why am I doing this via boat and not via teleport? There's no good reason. Okay. Mace is a blacksmith. Can't remember where he is, but I know I've met him before, so I don't mind just when the moment comes being like, hey, Tashtari. But I feel like I almost certainly need all the blacksmiths to get him. Okay. Yeah, Dwarf Trail, Village of the Dwarves, Dwarf's Vault, the Burnt Village of the Elves. Is Great Forest Village the... You know what? I'll just start from the Burnt Village of the Elves, and we will patrol. There is... Yeah. So, was the Kobold Village part of the path? Ah, it is Great Forest Village. Okay. Let's try it. I'm a proud kobold warrior, but I thank you. You're welcome. Any notable kobolds, though? Excuse me. Gone.
Kuromimi, it really is you. How have you been? Hey there, Gon. Kuromimi is great. Working hard in Liberation Army. You're so cool, Kuromimi. I want to be just like you.
Well, you can be. Gone.
Be happy, Gone. Commander James say you welcome to join Liberation Army. Woo!
Gone has joined the group. That's I mean, I haven't come. I don't think I've come back to Kobold Village once the entire game, so I ought to speak to everyone. Maybe we'll get a hint.
Oh my, you good looking for a human.
Thank you. Well, no, here's a shop. Do you sell opals? Probably not. Hail, British. Happy Saturday. Oh, okay. Hey, is this Ruby?
Aren't you Ruby?
You should. I feel like is it a Might and Magic 6 reference? You could tell I gave away that I didn't get the reference by not commenting on it at all while I was trying to let the gears in my brain turn.
Huh? Oh, Kirkis, eh? What are you doing with these humans? I'm in the Liberation Army now, but I'm not doing it for revenge for having my village taken away. Many are suffering because of the Imperial Army, both humans and elves. I want to help them.
Oh, spare me the sappy garbage. Off with you. What would you know about all that anyway? You're just a little runt. Okay. I think I can interpret what that means. Gotta level up. We'll deal with that in a moment. All right. Jeez. Ah, cool. I've never played Might and Magic 6. I've admired the name for a long time because I heard the name of Might and Magic 6 before I was familiar with the concept of the Mandate of Heaven, so it seemed extra cool sounding. Ah, I'm Futsulu. We had no lead on him except that he likes when people do him favors, so if he asks me for a favor, I'm going to do it. But I have the strength of 100 men. When I swing my axe, the earth trembles. When I shout, Lake Toran empties itself into the sky. Cool. You want to join the team? The Liberation Army. Fine. As long as you keep me fed. You want to cop up 10,000 pots to pay for all the food he's eating? Yes. Nah, that's mighty generous of you. Don't worry. I'll work for my meals. All right. Okay. So, definitely feels like the next step. And hopefully we're in good enough shape to just do this, even though this is a majorly disadvantaged party in some key ways. I think we're going to be okay. Worst case scenario, I can just keep using the hell power to kill everybody. All right. Well, fantastic that the Kobold Village both had the Kobold that I knew must be out there, but had no official lead on, and the elf that I knew was somewhere, and the Tiger Mask guy who I had no lead on. That's a better result than I could have fairly asked for. And hopefully, fairly low level Kirkis will gain levels fairly quickly. Actually, he's not as low level. Sylvina is the really low level one. But I guess every time I hit a multiple of 5 with Kirkis' levels, we'll go back and see if he's good enough now. Okay, that's bad. We gotta go somewhere else to level up Kirkis. Which is a bit frustrating since that will obviously slow down the process of let's try near the warrior's village. Slow down the process of something. Checking as he levels up. So maybe I'll not check right away at 30 since he's at 28 right now. single enemy doesn't feel like a super rewarding opportunity, but who knows? Oh, no. Okay, good. If that single enemy is worth a level up for Kirkis here, then I bet if we find a party, that'll be generous. I should play Might and Magic 6 sometime. Because I've never gone beyond... I've played the 4th one. So I get the idea of the 5th one, since they're like sister games. And really, they're both just more Might and Magic 3. And I've played the original 2 to varying degrees. And they're also basically the same game. What I have not done is... what am I trying to say? Played anything beyond that. And I know the Might and Magic 6 is like a big leap into different stuff for the series. Yeah, like, here's the thing. The 2 I played the most are 1 and 3. So already I've got the... It's not really, like... It's an interesting case of an ongoing series because there's in fact a fairly elaborate science fiction fantasy storyline running through all the games. Except that, at least in the ones I've played, that story is buried. Like it's not a forward-facing story. Like the plot for the characters in all the early games is like, well, you're in some weird place, and then you go around, you wander around, and then eventually you find out, oh, hey, this planet is actually part of a research space station. But there are real plots surrounding all the different gods and whatever behind the research space stations and stuff. But yeah, so I've played the first one a fair bit, and the third one I've come awfully close to beating. Like if I hadn't got distracted last time I was playing it, probably would beat it. Second one I haven't played that much. Fourth one I barely touched. Fifth one I have never touched. So... who knows what I'll do. If I had infinite time to stream and there was no opportunity cost doing any particular one thing, I would love to do especially the first 2 Might and Magics. Those are fun little games. Well, they're not even little. Little is not the right word. Yeah, they're forgiving in one sense, which is that they're not like we're not playing wizardry where like permadeath, your deaths are instantly written to the disc and can never be taken back. I'm gonna get Kirkis to 40 and then we'll go back and take a look. But they're certainly like they're tough games, and because especially the first 2 don't really give you any guidance what you should do first, it is real easy to wind up somewhere that you cannot handle and just get wiped out, even just by random battles. Yeah, let's do an elf. Do the wild arrow attack. That'll be fun. We can afford an unbalance, because this is almost certainly going to finish. Nice. The first time I played Might and Magic 3, I had a terrible experience because I got barely deep into the game. And that part wasn't a terrible experience. I like that game. But when I got close to... started getting in the direction of the end, I happened to bumble into... a glitch, I think. I'm pretty sure it was a glitch because I tried to read about it. I couldn't find any condition that would have done it. Where one of my sorcerers their maximum hit points just suddenly got reduced permanently to like a very low number where they basically couldn't take a single hit from any enemy at any time. But I needed their magic for any even slightly challenging battle, but no longer could they survive. Like usually they didn't even get a turn in most battles before they're killed. In hindsight, I should have it probably wouldn't have been that hard to hex edit the save if I had put in the work to learn how to do that. Maybe I could have salvaged it. But then again, I had more fun with my second attempt at playing through that game, so. Okay, so the top wild arrow attack is Savina and Kirkis, and the bottom one is Stallion and Kirkis. And the Stallion one is obviously much better, because I have not upgraded the weapons of Sylvina and Kirkis. Okay. My gut tells me 40 is where I ought to get to, but it's become so slow that I'm going to bite the bullet and do one check-in here. Yeah, because then, like, Mace, I feel like, has to be pretty easy. Hello, Cedric. Oh, man. I was so looking forward to playing that game again in a week that got messy. It's just been a summer of... You know what? I'm having a pretty good summer. It got off to a terrible start. Now it's going pretty well. But, certainly... Damn it. Should have realized. I had the right idea before. Start from the burnt village of the elves. Fortunately, this is not a long great forest. Happy Saturday, by the way, Cedric. Oh, hey. Maybe I can get a needle. Finally field secured. Oh, a gauntlet. You know what? Who took the gauntlet? Did it go to someone who might actually need it? No, it went to me. Oh, right, this Mother Earth orb. One of many not even slightly helpful. Crow Mimi's got pretty good natural defense, which is good, because at the very least he can't wear gloves. Okay. Hopefully more fledgling manor. Hopefully more Jamie streaming in general soon. One thing that's supportive of that goal, but also supportive of my broader goals for Jamie Rose and my fledgling drag career, is that Danielle and I went on a thrifting tour of our fine province yesterday. And I got just a ton of girl clothes. Just an awful lot of girl clothes. Ruby. Kirkis, why is an elf helping humans? Elves, humans, it doesn't matter in the end. We were all born under the same sky. At least that's how I feel. I'm not doing this for revenge. I'm doing it for everyone, especially those I care about. Same themes of the conversation, but different dialogue, so I'm optimistic here. Ruby is dumbstruck. Kirkis, when I left our village, you were still so young. Now you've surpassed me. I'll help you out, for the sake of the Liberation Army. Well, the dwarves in this game are. I think. Oh, right. Okay. Well, hey. That's a good start. Let's go take stock and see. Sweet. Not even an hour in, and I got 3 recruits. And there weren't that many recruits left. I'm pretty sure it was a single-digit number left. I'm not ready to ask yet, but I will have a major spoiler question at a certain point in this recruitment journey. Whoops. The particular thrift stores we were hitting on this tour all do the thing of they don't have price tags for the items. Rather, they just have a list that's like, you know, pants are $5.95 and whatever. And so like sometimes like you're really digging through the dregs. Like there's a lot of clothes. You're like, these clothes are not in good shape. They aren't that nice. I'm not sure I'd pay this much money for them new. Okay, hold on. Counting the blanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to go. And I have leads on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That I recall. Okay. Oh, swarms of what? What sorts of swarms are attacking you, British? In our tabletop Kingmaker campaign, we only really managed to get together once a month and only really to play for a few hours. So, okay, wait. No, don't tell me, Sanchez. You'll still just offer me wine? Are you kidding me? Okay, question for those in the know. Is there any getting off this train? Like, can I change the party now? Or if I talk to them, am I just going to the end of the game? Oh dear. Manned something. Manned... What are fantasy monsters? Mandragoras, like evil plants? Manticores? Which are chimerical creatures, I believe. They're at least part lion. Lion scorpions or something like that? Okay. I cannot change the party right now. In that case, I have no choice but to accept whatever happens next. So let's find out what happens next. As promised, I have prepared 500 boats. We now await your orders, Commander James. All right, well, let us advance. Okay, good. So we're not on the down coaster to the end, which is good because I feel of these remaining characters, I feel like I know exactly how to get Mace, right? It's got to be just bring all the other blacksmiths. Maybe it's not, but that's what it feels like it is. I don't know anything about this Lester. I know where Window is. I might have to just look at the other cast members because, like, going to him and even having a window set, he's just like, I'd like to be a window maker. But he doesn't join. Clive, I have a very specific hint that he's supposed to be found in a Recon Tavern, but he wasn't there, which to me either means I missed him or he's a very late game recruit. Crowley and Leon were both have a bigger castle, which I'm hoping just means recruit more people. And then there's Esmerelda. I, Sonya Shulen, swear that I will defend the floating fortress. Ta. Say, you're pretty cute.
What insolence? Yours shall be the first head to fly.
My orders? As always. Well, actually, first, I just want to take a tour. Look, we've got all the ninjas, all the merchants, obviously all the Dragon Knights. They just come as a package deal. I'm missing a strategist. Interesting. We've got the thieves. Okay, that's everything. Well, let's send the ninjas and find out what the Imperial Army is planning.
Leave it to me, my lord. The enemy is planning Sonya's magic.
Good luck, sir. Bows beat magic. Let's do it. Keepers of the Forest. Stupinski! Hail! Happy Saturday! More than enough time for the end credits. The Adventurers. The Soldier Beauties. The Archers are the worst archers I have. The Cooks. The Engineers. Well, anyway, let's do the Keepers of the Forest.
Time to show you what an elf can do with a bow.
Nice. Well, hold on. Is the kind of nap that you woke up feeling refreshed from, or the kind of nap that you napped longer than you meant you woke up feeling groggy? Because that is a significant difference. All right, let's send another ninja. Kind of having all three ninjas is a great system for doing these battles.
The enemy is planning a charge attack. Good luck, sir.
Well, let's crush them with magic. Even with only two of them, the Children of the Runes are the way to go. Is the third child... the one character I don't have a clue for. Which one are they? Am I missing a clue for the last Child of the Runes? For the last other thing I saw a gap in, the strategists? Okay, so like right in the middle.
The enemy is planning Sonya's charge. Good luck, my lord.
That was not the voice I was doing for him last time, but it's okay. He's a minor character. Alright, magic users. Work your magic.
Want to see my magic, do you?
Yes. That's obviously what I want. Thank you. Okay, now it's up to the thieves to keep us in the loop. Alright.
Leave it to me.
Sure thing, Kriv.
The enemy will use a charge attack. Good luck.
Alright. Oh, we got our narcissists. Is there another narcissist? Probably Esmerelda, if there's a third narcissist.
You mean you're my opponent? Oh!
3,000. At this point, it hardly seems sporting to keep spying on them. But honestly, at this point, it's also their fault for not surrendering.
The enemy will use a bow attack. Be careful.
All right, the Knights. I love that the best charge attack power is the Don Quixote Sancho Panza combo plus the kid whose thing is saying the names of the kid who is given a personality to an NPC who stands at the front of a JRPG town and says, "This town is called."
I swear by the honor of the Knights of Maximilian.
All right, to the last man. Hey, they got some kills. Really a lot of kills. Almost every single one of their bowmen took someone with them.
Congratulations. Our forces were victorious. All right, we did it. I am sorry, Teal.
Ha! The auto... If you load into a room with an orb, it doesn't even trigger the autosave. There's some really complicated dynamics here. Perhaps the most useless imaginable. We could get on the boat. I certainly hope they'll let me, if this is a dungeon.
All right, unload the oil barrels. Commander James, we'll use the oil to burn down this fortress. But if we're to succeed, you must go shut the floodgate located at the far end. Once it's shut, we'll pour in the oil and set the entire fortress ablaze. So the floodgate is at the far end of the fortress. Yes. I've already sent Kazumi to scout the area. Commander James, please choose who you will take with you. James, let's get this show on the road.
Well, I'll bring Victor. James, Humphrey and I will pursue the remaining enemy soldiers. Seems cruel.
I have my hands full tending to the wounded.
Okay. Well, let's do this part and then carry on. Since I don't have the opportunity to armor anyone, I'm not going to take a novel party. Unless, like, I was about to say, unless Fusulu joined the party at, like, some absurd... Yeah, okay, sure. Oh, but then I have 4 short rangers, except Ronnie Bell could be in the back row. All right, come along, Tiger Mask.
Please be careful, Commander James.
So Ronnie will be on the all Hadoken style, but that's already what I was doing with her, so it's fine. Let's learn what Fusulu, he's probably using Tiger Claws, Twin Axes, okay. He's using actual weaponry. And despite having very high natural defense, he can equip things. So do I have anything to hand down to him that might be good? Oh, we have another book for the library. Do. Emblem. Can't wear the leather armor? That's fine. Fur is a natural look for Fusulu. Does he come with a rune? Of course not. Does everyone else have one? Yes. Alright.
Be careful. Despite all my experience, even I can't restore life that has been lost. Who will you take, Commander James?
The people I already said, Mathiu. Alright. I love you too, Sanchez. And away we go. It did seem like this is a gimmick where I could have been like, just hang on, guys. I'm going to go explore the world in my boat. But it feels too silly, so not doing it. Do I have any shield users? Yep. Valeria and Valeria alone. Hell yeah. At least so far, we are in fighting mode. As in, we're not in let go. I should say we're in run mode rather than let go mode. Because these are elite soldiers. Ooh, they do hit hard. Is that going to be enough to save them? Probably not. Alright. Oof. And yet Fusulu has such a high rate of hit points. Alright. It's the wrong move to be spreading out attacks here. We really have an imperative to knock some dudes out and not take more hits from them. Oof. Well, at least they're done for the round unless they get counterattacks. God damn it, Victor. God damn it, Fusulu. Yikes. Okay, front row's in trouble. If anything, saying the front row's in trouble is understating the case. Let's have a flood of kindness. We prefer not to be using those this early, but them's the breaks. Oh, good. Good work, Leo. Alright. Just don't get countered again, guys, and we should be fine. Great. Well, great is overstating the case, but acceptable. Oh, I just learned today, I just realized today when I was getting the game that because I got a day one pack, I could have used a special activate DLC option to start the game with, for whatever reason, 57,300 potch, as well as 2 special orbs. I don't like doing things like that. I don't want to be rewarded in the game based on my consumer behavior. Let's see if Victor, who doesn't have quite the same hit point cushion as Fusulu, can equip the horned helmet. He cannot, which is a shame. He's way better than half helmet. Problem with Victor, yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, the game is obviously, well, it's also kind of silly because, like, now that I've played enough Suikoden to have a feel for the game, it's like starting with 57,300 potch is like saving you a few battles. I still haven't played it. I still haven't touched it all summer. I continue to believe in my heart that I will again, but I got distracted by my shiny new Nintendo Switch 2. What if Fusulu can equip it? Probably not. Oh, never mind. Tiger horns. I do think I will, hopefully soon, play some more. Oh, nice. Congratulations, Cedric. We'll have to drop friend codes in the Discord. How are you enjoying yours so far? That seems very plausible to me, at least as a rate thing. The fact that he starts at a level 58 probably, although maybe he doesn't if you recruit him sooner. Sweet. I'm glad that you're enjoying the game still, Stimpinski. And, and that makes sense. He's a big, tough guy who thinks he's the toughest. He swings wild every time. That's good, marriage of mechanic and thing. My 2 thoughts on the transfer process for Switch to... Ah, yes. On the subject of all the things I would do given infinite time. Both the Golden Idol game and DLC. Still haven't touched it. That's probably a stream thing. Just gotta find time. And like Against the Storm, when it came out, I was like, oh, this sounds like the city builder for me. Still haven't played it. My 2 thoughts on the transfer process were that, A, it was great. It was a very smooth process. But it did lack a bit of the whimsy of transferring my Wii into my Wii U, where they made a whole bespoke animation of Pikmin packing up all your data in your Wii and putting it in a spaceship and then flying to the Wii U to install it. There's nothing like that. But it was very, very, very easy to do. It happened quickly. Yeah, city builders, like, I mean, I played the Super Nintendo SimCity a fair bit when I was a kid, and probably played like some SimCity 2000 or whatever with friends on a computer. But especially as a kid, it was very difficult for me to play. Like, even now, obviously, I'm a goal-oriented guy in games, but when I was a kid, it was just like, what the hell? Like, when does my city win? Or, you know, oh, I'm just going to make Bowser attack. Master's garb. Oh my goodness. I think this is a detail in the very little that I read about Against the Storm. Wait, DLC species, are those for Against the Storm, or are they for Frostpunk? Could any of us possibly use this? I feel like Victor cannot. He can't carry it anyway. Okay. I had missed the detail that there are like character types, like, or like, yeah, species like that. All right, take it, Valeria. You're on the front row. Wait, and Valeria took off dragon armor, which has got to be better than leather armor if Victor can wear it. So let's try. Okay. I can't put it off too much longer. I have to play Against the Storm. Look into that. I gotta buy a ton of Capcom stuff just because... Ah, let them go. Look at them. They're all praying for mercy. Right now on the Switch eShop, like, all the Mega Man Legacy collections are heavily discounted. And I went the whole Switch era without replaying the like Mega Man 1 through 6 somehow. So I already picked that up, but it's like, why wouldn't I also get Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 and Mega Man X Legacy Collection 2 and the Mega Man Zero ZX, because they're all pretty well discounted. And like at least one of the Battle Network ones are well discounted, but they're also more expensive to start. And the Capcom Arcade Stadiums, you can get the full both stadiums for a pretty decent fixed price. Which is a lot of money to spend on old games in quick succession when I just got a brand new video game console. But at the same time, if I would like to have them in the fullness of time, shouldn't I? Isn't it more responsible to just buy them all now? Well, well, well. Oh, there's no significance to that, Victor? Well, damn. I do wish that we'd healed before this, but I guess I'll use a flood of kindness right away. Feel very confident, although I'll keep an open mind and we'll see what happens. But I feel pretty confident the Venus Shell is not going to be the freakiest RPG clam enemy. I guess, unless you don't count Dark Souls as an action RPG. Because boy, the whatever they're called, clam monsters in Dark Souls are freaky. Mainly, like, they stand up on those giant freaky legs. That's upsetting. Oh, good. A focused heal for Fusulu, since the rest of the party's in good shape. And then I'll throw up the yeah, do a Black Shadow. Yeah, like saying well makes it seem like he's like, well, my old enemy, the Venus Shell. Should have known I'd find you here. My ultimate soul-eating attack. Summoning the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, perhaps. And as advertised, 1,500 damage. That's powerful. I can only do 2 of them. I'm assuming there's no boss rush here. Kind of goofy. That, yeah, so, you know, there's something surprising in this clamshell, but it's still not as freaky as one that stands up on its legs, follows you around trying to kill you, and then when you kill it and it opens up, it's all full of, like, skulls that have been, like, polished somehow. Wait. His reign of kindness, everybody full. Might as well. Just in case the thing attacks before Cleo. And you know what? Now that we're in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's hit this thing as hard as we can and see if we can send it to its rest. That's a reasonable headcanon. Even more so if it was Taiho saying it. This thing must be fire weak, because Ronnie Bell's doing huge damage with her flaming ball head opens. I'll just do draw. I don't think the Fog of Deception is going to pay off enough to justify using, when I could just keep on healing. Or is the Hadoken Ball lightning based? Because I just did a ton of damage and I have a bunch of lightning runes on my staff. I can't quite tell if that's supposed to be a lady. It's kind of giving me a optical illusion thing where it kind of looks like a lady. Then when it hits its final position, it kind of looks like it's like some sort of amphibian thing. Well, it makes sense that this enemy would be sturdy. But that's really the main thing it has going for it. It has that one mass damage attack, but Doesn't even break it out every round. His name's Norin Rad, but it's the exact opposite of Rad, that he's what's in there. 100,000 potch. It's a DLC in a bit. Oh, Victor. This just feels like a way you might get killed off. Although I hope he doesn't. I'll go shut the floodgate. You wait here, James. Okay, don't die though. We just gave you the dragon armor. Get back down quickly. Hey, periods. No M dash at the end. Okay, we're good to go. Now all that's left is to escape. Then we can burn this fortress to ashes. Yeah, he does not, without hesitation. He doesn't take stock. Try to figure out how to best attack it. So if we go this way, is this a quick way out? Or is this how I just came in? I don't know. That's how I came in. Well, we're at let go level, even with the elite soldiers. You got to admire their dedication to the cause. Their army was literally extirpated on the field of battle. They're like, whatever, get down in the sewers and keep fighting to the end. Oh, we did go over there and get that. Wait a minute. No, never mind. No one has an escape talisman. That has literally been true for me. Wait, James. There's something I must ask you. Do you want to join the Liberation? Because we're missing one person on our list of potential recruits. Hey, you're that Imperial General. Yes, I am the last of the 5 great generals. Answer me this, James. Why did you betray the Empire? Why did you betray General Theo, your own father? You've incited rebellion, brought on war, and sacrificed countless lives. Is this what you call justice? You got it all wrong. What? Why has the fire already been lit? An all-consuming fire. Is that your answer? Is that what you want? You have General Theo's blood on your hands, and now you will pay for it with your life. Prepare to die. Well. Oh, friggin' obnoxious bot. But fine. We only do the finest viewers here, as the saying goes. Arch. Cubist. V6. JEP5G. To the cornfield with you. Yeah. I didn't pay a dime for any of the viewers here. Why would I start now? Well, now that I've banned them from here, Stimpinski, that actually increases the odds that they show up sometime if you're streaming. Oof. Alright, she hits hard. And really, just... That's also probably impairing your ability to get cheap viewers. Okay, that could have gone better right there. But hopefully, we start turning it around. Really would have I understand why Cleo's the one who moved forward. In hindsight, should have put Ronnie Bell in position 4. But here we are. I think hitting might actually... No, my hit did not do that much. So I might as well do 1 Black Shadow. Well, then it's for the best, because your cheap viewers would just get bored. Yeah, I remember, as far as I'm aware, I've only ever even seen a notification that you were streaming once. And I actually made it there. You were playing Shadowrun. Man, Sonya, I really wish that you had chosen the join us route like the other great generals and not the probably get yourself killed route. But then again, maybe this is the case where we beat her down in the fight and then she'll listen to us. Certainly hope it's not a case where she beats us down in the fight and then I'm forced to do this entire not terribly exciting dungeon again. Although if I am forced to do that, I guess I go a little, come off the gas for the Venus shot. Okay, that wasn't great, but it's okay. We got plenty of rain and plenty of rain of kindness and 1 more flood. Or possibly the exact opposite of that. The exact opposite of that. And actually, we don't have that many floods. Oh well. No more damage-based ones, and I can't imagine us getting a insta-kill on Sonya Shulen. Really would be great, Fusulu, if you were a little bit better at not getting beaten up when you're supposed to be doing the beating up. It's really the, okay. I think the best strategy here is to do the drops on Ronnie Bell, and then hopefully we all survive the next mass damage, and then use my remaining mass heal. Or something catastrophic like that happens. Well, it's not the worst catastrophe. If she does the mass damage, James is going down. But James is, yeah, oof. James is on the lower end of damage output. Oh, look, he didn't even go down. You sucker. Yikes. Really glad I saved the rain. Excellent. There's really, there's very little to do here except just hope that our numbers are higher than her numbers overall. My hopes have been realized. Alright, now quick, before you die, join us.
Guess I never stood a chance. After all, you did defeat General Dale.
Hey, hold on, before you throw yourself into the flames.
But I will not let you defile my body.
That is... Could you just listen to it?
I belong to the Empire, to the Emperor, and to General Dale. Stop! What are you doing?
I'd never let a pretty lady like you burn to a crisp. Besides, I can see you got your reasons for what you did. James, we're taking the Lady General with us. Yeah, it's a real magnanimous... Oh, no.
Sir Mathiu. Hang in there, Sir Mathiu.
Sir Mathiu. What the hell happened here?
Are you alright?
Sanchez, you bastard. Why did you stab Sir Mathiu? Why did you set fire to the oil before receiving orders? Damn it, Sanchez. Answer me, Sanchez!
I am sorry, Sir Flick. I've been deceiving you, all of you, right from the start.
What?
I have faithfully served His Majesty, the Emperor, since the War of Succession 7 years ago.
Then it was you. You were the spy.
That's right. During the days of the War of Succession, the Emperor was a wonderful man. And I, like everyone else, swore allegiance to him. Pardon me.
So you were behind the attack on the hideout when Odessa... Are you to blame for Odessa's death?
My actions led to her death. I won't deny it. It has continued to weigh heavily on me. Being around you people, I began to question myself. What was just? What was the right thing for me to do? In the end, I chose to remain loyal to the Emperor. It's difficult to change one's way of life at my age. I'm sorry about Lady Odessa.
Don't you dare speak her name. You've lost that privilege, you filth.
You're right.
I'll never forgive you. I swear on my sword, Odessa, that I'll take your head.
I understand. I have no regrets. Just remember this. I've come to care for all of you. Sir Flick, you are still inexperienced, but the honesty that stems from that is something I've coveted. And I'm sure it's something that Lady Odessa loved about you.
Sanchez, prepare to die.
Wait, please.
Sir Mathiu?
Sir Mathiu, are you alright? If we kill Sanchez now, and the men discover he was a spy, it will affect the morale of the entire Liberation Army. We can deal with him later.
I thought Mathiu was about to speak up for mercy. He's like, we'll do a proper torture and execution later.
Right now, we must marshal our forces and march on Gregminster. Don't be ridiculous, Mathiu. You're gravely wounded. If you move about now, you'll die. Everything has its time and place. And right now is the time to fight. We miss this opportunity. We'll never defeat the Empire. Commander James, you must decide. In any case, we should return to the castle for now.
I hadn't thought about that. Because I had noticed that Sanchez wasn't a part of it. but I didn't close the loop to realizing. Ah, damn it. I meant to go to 1. Gotta stay at the inn. It definitely seems like they didn't... If they had a mole that deep in the Liberation Army, they did not use it in the most effective way. Like, you wait until, like, the Empire's really on the ropes, and then just stab their lead strategist after he's already, like, communicated the general thrust of the final push to victory. And then... yeah. And then they'll know you were the spy. Oh, hey.
I'm sorry, sir. Sir Mathiu told me to pretend everything was normal.
Would you like to switch party members? Yes, but please don't tell the Emperor about this. Okay, wait. Yeah. Alright, Mose. Where the hell are the rest of my dudes? Mace? There's Mace and Moose. Is there one more yet? No. Or is there? Better look. No. In that case, come along, Stallion, just in case. Alright, I need to take a brief intermission. Hang tight, gang. I'll be right back with you. And we're back. Okay. Somebody I know that you reminded me just last week. Holmes, welcome. Yeah, I've been at it for a little while. I mean, I'm pretty much at the end. I might have beat it today, if not next Saturday. Damn it, I knew there was one more blacksmith. What the fuck is your name, son? Mace. Yes, because as soon as they announced the collection, I started getting excited. And that, even though apparently this is actually just a PSP remaster with very little new work done on it, there was like well over a year or more even. Or wait, is Mace just not a party member guy? Hold on. Let's find it. No, there he is. Okay. And now, Tashtari or somebody else. Please remind me, where the fuck is Mace? Right. Yes. Okay. Let's go. And there's someone else there, isn't there?
I remember you. You used to be one of General Teo's servants. My name is Cleo, Lady Sonya.
Oh, okay. I'm passing along secondhand information. I don't think I've ever seen a PlayStation Portable in the physical world. I know what they look like. I've seen pictures.
What are you doing here? I take it you're another traitor? Lady Sonya, I was always by Master Teo's side, so I understand how you feel. I really do. I also know about your relationship with Master Teo. Insolent girl! Don't speak another word! Lady Sonya, do you think Master Teo hated Master James?
Cleo, I'm right here. I might not want to hear this.
You're the one person who could have become the mother to Master James. And yet now you despise him. I can't bear the thought. But I cannot abandon my loyalty to the Empire and to General Teo. The look on Master Teo's face when he died was one of peace. He seemed happy to witness how much his son had grown. Please remember that.
Hey. Oh. Let's assume that I have the key or something.
James, what do you want? If you wish to execute me, do it quickly.
No, because you are the one that I didn't have a lead on. I want you to join us.
I despise you. Yet you want me to join you? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Very well. I'll join you, but I won't help you fight. I'll stay by your side so I can witness your death.
It's good enough for me. Put her on the tablet. I'm probably going to take like a breather to do something small. But then I am very excited. Like, Suikoden 1. Sorry to everybody who's heard me tell this story at least 1,000,000 times. But Suikoden 1, I had only played once before. When I rented it for my brand new PlayStation back in the 90s. Before I even owned a memory card. And I got up on Saturday morning with this rented game and I played it for like a few hours. And then my sister came down and was like, well, my show is on. It's my turn with the TV. And it was like, yes, that's true. And she was sympathetic enough that she like let me try like calling my buddy who did have a memory card and be like, dude, gotta get over here so I can save. But he, we were adolescents. So even though it was like 11:30 or noon, he was asleep. And then, what's the last bit there? Oh yeah, we have to take the dragon to Seek Valley, right? Then I never touched it again. So it was a bit like, it's definitely a richer experience when you can save your progress. So that's been cool. But somewhere in the interim, I remember reading an article, maybe it was like on Kotaku or IGN or something. That was basically just saying like, hey, you know, if you get a chance, you should play Suikoden 2. It's such a great undersung game. And I don't think it's even true that it's undersung anymore. But at the time, I think that was probably fair. And I read a bit about it. It sounded really cool. And I just didn't have access to any platform it was on. It was on the PlayStation 3 store, but I went from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 4. So I'm very excited to play it too. But I do like to, in between the longer things, try to squeeze something else in. All right, Mace. And possibly other dude. We're going to find you. And hopefully... All right. I had a feeling this party might not just get to do the let go gimmick yet. But hopefully... Oh, hey, blacksmiths unite. Not that we need it. Hopefully, they gain levels at an absurd rate right now. Oh, apparently not. At least not for that single enemy. Well, hopefully we get to let go pretty quick. The random battles in a dungeon we've already cleared are not the part we're here for. Ah, yes. Here's Mace. That's the kind of rapid leveling up I was hoping to see. Hello, Ultimate Blacksmith. Master! There you are. You just up and disappeared. Master Mace, we've all joined the Liberation Army. We haven't forgotten your teachings. That's why we've chosen the path we believe is right. Please, Master, lend us your support. My apprentices. You've all grown up, truly. I'd planned to live out my days here alone, but perhaps I'll take on one last job. Commander James, thank you for having me. Boom. Okay. So on the list, I have Esmerelda, who needs an opal. I'm holding off on the spoiler question for that. Leon and Crowley, who were both bring a bunch of people. Leon Silverberg, I think, is up in the north, in the in Russia, like around Kirov, but I'm not positive about that. Clive, we have the hint that he's in Recon Tavern, but he was not there when I went there. Well, I will live with it if I can't, but I'm awfully close. But I do have the sneaking suspicion that getting Esmerelda might be a torture thing. Because I'd been, like, she wants an opal. And I've been going with the theory of, you know, we'll get an opal at some point. And now I've gotten far enough that I'm like, oh, is this like getting the golden chocobo? Like, you gotta really put in some grinding, get some random drops, shit like that. But I'm holding off. Okay. I will ask, though, could somebody remind me? I know, okay, Crowley's in the Cave of Time. There's nobody else in this Seek Valley, is there? For now, I'm assuming no. So, thank you. Ooh, okay. Don't, for now, say little, Holmes. And perhaps we'll hit a point. I'm counting it as everybody, despite the fact that Gremio's a plot death. I also did not say pawn. I never used pawn, so when he had to fight my father, even though I made all the right choices, he just died in like 3 rounds. Or possibly even 2. Yeah. But his name is, it's on the block. We've filled it in with red. Yeah, well, like, you'd pretty much have to have chosen to use him. Because otherwise you get there and it just feels like a plot death, like a battle that you're supposed to lose. Okay. Back up to the 4th floor. Crossed Mace off. Well, I mean, Sanchez, it's actually helpful that you're still pretending everything's normal, because I wouldn't be able to use your services here. Okay. Do I have any feelings of needing particular people to try any of these? I don't know. For now, I'm just going to take a party. Yikes. That's unforgiving. I have not even encountered someone dying in battle, in the war battles. So if that had suddenly happened, I would have been like, oh yeah. I would have assumed it was a plot death or something. Actually, probably not, since I assume the war deaths are directly and clearly connected to who you chose to do whatever with. Okay. Yikes. I had pretty good luck even before I had ninjas. I remember at least once the thieves failed to tell me what was about to happen. If I didn't have like if I wasn't doing it here and someone could have just told me, I would have been like, oh yeah, pawn's a plot battle, and moved on with my life. Hold on, I just need to check something here to make sure that I'm not being very, very silly. Okay. It's like I don't already have this Lester, do I? No. Okay. Not even thinking about this Lester right now. First, I'm going to use the elevator. Teleport to... I'm going to start with recon. Is this Clive here yet? Or has he already been and gone? He's not here. Well, he's gone upstairs to sleep it off. No. Okay. I'm going to keep checking back for him. So don't tell me if I've already lost my shot, because it's not that hard to check back for him. So leave me in suspense. Okay. Back to base. Quest teleportation. I have to do some remembering here. Hold on. I think I can remember. I'm trying real hard. Yes. I remember. Because this is where Crowley was, right? The cave of the past. You're allowed to spoil me if I'm wrong about that. Since I'm just wasting everybody's time. But I'm almost positive this is where he was. Thank you, Cedric. Add in the fact that I brought my mightiest party, and then as long as I'm correct that your castle needs to be bigger, just means recruit more people. And if I'm over the threshold, whatever it is, we'll have them. Of course, I don't remember exactly where he is, so gotta check all the paths. And I remember there was one secret place, but it wasn't too hard to tell where it was indicated to be, if I recall correctly, which it's always possible that I do. You can't say for sure that I'm recalling incorrectly. Here's the secret. Is the secret where Crowley's hanging out? We'll find out. I don't think it was, but it'd be silly not to check. Oh, it is. Hey, Crowley, or can I call you Alistair?
Oh, you found me. Didn't think anyone would come all the way down here. Going to join you? Hey, you know what? I could use a little sunshine after all this time.
Okay. Confirms that make your castle bigger means have more people. So we can probably get Leon too. Because if I'm keeping track properly, there's only 5 recruitable characters left to get. Could it be that one of us has an escape talisman? It would make sense that the character who's both like a mandatory late game, because you obviously need a pretty large army to recruit him, is the mysterious hiding in the cave of the past guy, and his name is Crowley. Everything about that says this guy is the super mage. Okay. Leon's up north, right? Am I right about that? What's your dialogue, Crowley?
This old man can still need some use.
Yeah, I haven't done a ton with magic. Especially in this party I've settled on. Thanks, Cedric. Right. I remember. I can picture exactly where he is now. Pass through Kirov on the way. Just to see, this is where I think I have a hint telling me that a chef named Lester can be recruited. Yeah, I've used her as a healer. She might not be an optimized choice. There was a time, because it was Gremio. I had attack magic on Gremio, who is now dead. Absolutely no need for us to viciously stab a bear to death. There's more of a case to be made for the eldritch fish horrors from the depths who are rampaging across the land with little spears, but we're in a hurry, so someone else is going to have to deal with it. I mean, the Empire can surely do some of the work. My, how the Liberation Army has grown. Tell Mathiu I'm impressed. Makes sense. Normal. Okay, so Leon, either there's another condition, or he really wants my party to become, my army to be very large. Worry about that in a moment. Okay. 2 more quick checks. I don't see why this would have changed, but what if it is? My name's Window. I'm still not a warrior. Tell you the truth, I don't want to be a warrior. What I really want to be is a window frame maker. We have so many fucking windows, dude. Okay. Alright. No hints yet. Because I haven't even looked at the cast to be like, who might Window like? One obvious choice is he just wants to meet the other warriors. Just bring Tengar. And... in fact, it seems foolish now that I've said that out loud that I haven't tried it yet. But first, we've added a couple more. Is this fucking Clive guy there? In really calm? I had a feeling, maybe it's because the description told me this, the Clive was going to be like cool. And indeed, here he is, standing in the back. The hell are you staring at? Something unusual with the way I look? No, I just thought you might want to come join our team. Leader of the Liberation Army, eh? Impressive. I'm just passing through these lands. Not that I have any particular destination, who knows? Maybe I'll find a clue. Nothing. Just talking to myself. All right, then. I'll give you a hand. Come along, Clive. Cross off Clive. We're so close. One sec. For anyone watching later on demand, Tashtari started with a quote. Oh, the whole thing's quote. To tell you the truth, I don't want to be a warrior. And then the rest of it. You know the number stamped in injection molded plastic objects? Little CNC humor. Is that what it is with Clive? I assumed it, my thought was either he was earlier and I missed him, or he's going to be right at the end. If it's just a, like, flip a coin, that's kind of dorky. Wow. It does seem to fit with the, mysterious wanderer thing that they're going for. Although, also, a mysterious wanderer, wouldn't it be more fitting if, he can randomly appear in any tavern? Opposed to everybody knows that this mysterious wanderer hangs out in this one tavern sometimes. Okay, actually, wait. Before I shuffle up the party... Man, searching for something? Your mom pointed out to me last week that Hugo the librarian really looks like me. The Kaleka tragedy. Border disputes between the Empire and the city-states of Joustin are long-running and deep-rooted. Wow. Bizarre. It was against this tense, ugly backdrop that the so-called Kaleka incident took place. Taking advantage of civil strife within the Empire, Joustin invaded from the north, occupying as far as the village of Kaleka. However, the city-states received word that Barbarossa had ended the conflict and started north with his army. The forces of Joustin retreated, and when the vanguard of the imperial army arrived in Kaleka, they found the village burned to the ground, its residents slaughtered. One of the members of the vanguard, was the centurion, Humphrey Mintz, who cut down their leader and then disappeared. The reason for this is unknown. Imperial Army strategist Leon Silverberg did not hide this terrible incident from the Empire's troops. Despite their exhaustion after the long march north, they were deeply enraged by the news. With renewed vigor, they succeeded in driving back the city-state's forces. 2 books that I never saw. Wait, I should look at the Here Are Some Clues books one last time. Have them. Lester. Allegedly in Kirov. And then got all the rest of them. And here, Clive. What is his cool thing? Oh yeah, that's why I knew he must be cool, because he has a gun. And that he's wandering for revenge. That's also a hint that he's cool. And I've got all of them. So let's mix up the party once more. Oh, let's verify. Am I actually where I think I am? Oh, wow. Well, that's not cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never mind. Yes. Leon, Esmerelda, Window, and Lester. Okay. Well, I think that pretty much settles it that next week is the week that we beat Suikoden. You know what another clue that Sanchez is the spy probably should have been? Just his sad eyes. Okay. Let's take Hicks. Who else am I looking for? Antonio. Maybe it takes a chef to catch a chef. I'm a little off-put by the name of Clive's gun. But if there's room for him, we'll bring him along. But where's Tengar? There she is. Okay. And then does anyone else just have window vibes? Bring Mace and he's like, you know, glass was never my thing, but crafts and respect craft. I don't know. I'm skeptical of that. Yeah, this'll do. What is Antonio's weapon? The milk pen. Which doesn't feel like it would be a long-range weapon. But there you go. Or a medium-range weapon. I mean, what I should say is, it feels like it'd be a short-range weapon. Alright. Let's give these a shot. Yeah. She loves him, but she is not a sap. Hicks is a sap. And I mean that in the kindest way possible. Like, Hicks would absolutely go to jail for a murder that Tengar committed. Nope. Okay. Other warriors, not enough for him. It would be bizarre to me if it turned out there was a whole quest line to get Window. But what if we initiate that quest line by talking... Nope. Okay. Well. That reduces my confidence in the... If Antonio's there, the other chef will appear hypothesis. But who knows? And keep hope alive for a minute here. That we can just do it the easy way. We'll walk from Kirov up to Kaleka. Alright. Huh. I think that, like, makes... I guess there's nothing in the story that I can remember that suggests that she's a magic user. But her having surprisingly good growth does seem like a thing that fits with her character. Someone with enormous potential. Feels like if any house here is the house to find a chef in, it's the big one. But he's not gonna just be there, apparently. It makes sense for her to be popular. Both if it, like, based on these things that others have now said, about her potential, like, value as a stat box. But also, she seems like the kind of character that people react well to. Loudmouth little girl warrior. Bribe the grizzly. Does anyone have a salmon? Okay. Come on, Leon. Nope. Okay. And then I don't actually have much hope of this other thought working out. But I'll try. Hold on. What's your business here, young man? Me? I'm the last resident of this. Oh, I was hoping you were going to say, and surprise, I'm an expert chef. I've been waiting here to meet another expert chef with a milk pan, but no, it's not enough. But I'll run up to the burned out base and see if... Because the Kirov hint could be a much broader... go in this general direction kind of hint. The old secret factory. Is this a... This is just another exit. Okay. So if this is another screen and there's just a chef hanging out there. Feels silly. Okay. Okay. How am I for time? Still have a little bit of time. And like, I know now that I'm not finishing this game here today. So I'll wait a little bit longer before I smash the glass and say, somebody please nudge me towards recruiting any of these remaining people. In the meantime, what else could I even do? I have an earth piece. Well, I'll give that to someone I'm actually going to use. What else do we happen to be holding? Nothing significant. Okay. Use the elevator. Where was I thinking to go? 3rd floor. No, this is not where I meant to go. But okay. 1 second. Finish the painting. Proud of that. Hold on. Before I switch the party up, let's go find good old... Oh! I was saying not quite yet, but very soon. I appreciate you checking. Okay. Let me just look. Have I put an item like fancy window piece into storage? No. Good to know. Okay. Might as well see what Mace's dialogue is. To upgrade this sword, the impurities must be hammered out. It's as simple as that. Oh, geez. I never got Victor up. But we got plenty of potch now. Wait. Oh, of course. We have the Master Blacksmith. We can go beyond level 9. Oh. Perhaps well beyond level 9. In fact, perhaps we go past level 9 even before we had Mace. When we just had Moose. Well, shit. Heavenly Fang Staff. Surely. No, the Heavenly Fang Staff can get better. Will the Black Celestial Sword become something new? The Dark Celestial Sword. I'm going to stop dumping potch into ours because once I settle on the raiding the end party, I'll obviously want to dump at least some into the rest of them. Okay. Okay. One more time. Looking through the roster. Now that you've all disappointed me. Okay. Just look at everyone and see if something wakes in my mind. It says like, now here's a guy who can really recruit a window maker. I don't know. I don't really think just having a blind person. Why would it? But like, what if it did? Okay. Then do I have any thoughts about why any of these people would make a chef appear? It feels more likely that I'm just not finding where the chef is actually going to be. But I don't know. Okay, I gotta run to the bathroom. And then I'll make a decision about whether I'm ready to beg for a hint. Alright, hang tight, gang. Okay, I'm back and I've made a decision. And my decision is to start with the with Esmerelda. Is the Opal a quest item or a farming item? Meanwhile, it's a random drop. Is it the kind of random drop that it's torture? And I might just wind up deciding next week to finish the game with not quite everyone. Meanwhile, I'm looking at all these characters and trying to think, are any of them from Kirov? Okay. I'm willing to then ask the obvious follow-up question. What drops it? Okay. Alright. Then I'm going to load up the regular party of killers. And makes us go fast. Spinning card enemies in Sonya prison. Okay. Those enemies look cool. Who am I missing from my standard murderer's row? Okay. Well, let's do a little bit of grinding. The only other hint I'll ask for at this stage is just out of Leon, Lester, and Window. Have I just like missed the window for any of them? Or is there still hope? Oh, wow. Damn. Well, that's a shame. But for now, focus on the things that you can control. Let's go back to Sonya prison. Kill some spinning playing cards. We'll see how much appetite I have for doing this. It's not like I'm going to feel like, oh, geez, on my first run, I only got 104 of the 108 stars. I'm a failure. Okay. So there's a point, where if you have all the stars, something occurs in the game, and I've missed that. I can live with that. I'm going to resist going deeper unless, 10 minutes from now I haven't seen a nightmare. Actually, probably fewer than 10 minutes. Then I'll say, fine, maybe they spawn deeper in. All right. And then... Ah. Wait, hold on. I missed. For anyone watching on demand, Holmes said, you have no choice to live with it anyways because Pawn is dead. Ah, so the special thing won't trigger. It'll accept Gremio being dead, but not Pawn. Oh, here we go. Wait, Ronnie, nuke that card. Speaking of characters that may or may not be popular with the fan base, is Ronnie Bell a popular one with the fan base? Or am I just telling on myself? Because she's a hit with me. Oof. Victor really gave it to that slime. Alright, come on. Come on. Right away. Glorious victory. Nope. It's okay. I can tolerate a little bit of this now that it's like, definitely we're going one more week. Yeah, even with her sprite not actually being noticeably, because they're kind of all just in the same scale. You always get points with me. Putting a giant Amazon in your game. I've got to... I gotta get back to Unicorn Overlord at some point. And I gotta get to work grinding through the arena. Yeah, I mean, I've made very, very few choices based on anything related to the numbers. I probably would have kept using Victor even, like, Victor is, not a choice. And yet I probably would have chosen Victor based on numbers. Based on utility in the battles. But then a lot of it's just like... Makes sense. I did give Ronnie Bell the Hadoken rune, so she can be a back row character. Alright, 2 chances. You got a sweet, sweet Opal. And get who I assume is our 3rd narcissist. No luck. But at the same time, I find, obviously I'm not a grinder. Not a grinding fan. And wouldn't you know, Valeria is also one of mine. The tough lady thing. Yeah, mechanically it's kind of dull to have both of them in the party. They're just both good at hitting. But... So I haven't missed the window. Oh, hey. I usually hate when people say no pun intended. But I did just stumble into that. That's true. I haven't missed the window to get window. It's just either it's something weird or it's something obvious that I'm missing. Yeah, there is that. Although, there were definitely points, and I assume it's because the Ronnie Bell's fixed rune is a fire element. There have been times that Ronnie Bell's 2 times attack has been working more for me than Valeria's 3 times. But I think that was purely based on elemental weakness. You can tell how far video games have come. This doesn't actually say anything about video games, but it does say something about something with the general culture that in a Unicorn Overlord, what I was just saying a minute ago is when I get back to that game, I need to beat the whole Colosseum to recruit the Giantess character. This game, makes a few jokes about calling Ronnie a Giantess and her being like, "Don't call me a Giantess." The Giantess Amazonian character in the in Unicorn Overlord is introduced with like a scene of Odin out, like none of the characters who are in awe of her literally say "step on me," but it's very much just it's like a yep. At least these female members of your party would really like to be overwhelmed by this giantess. Oh, come on. Come on. Again, especially now that I know, I cannot get the prize. I never could after Pan died. It's not super important. So I can give up on Esmerelda with no shame. There. That was, I just had to put that energy into the world. I'm at peace. And that's enough. Now, not bad. Not bad. Now. The secret to success. Just abandoning all hope. Do I remember exactly where Esmeralda is? No. Will I just ask? Sure. in a minute. But I think... Yep, okay. There we go. I knew it. Yeah. I have absolutely hit a time in my life where, like, I get an enormous amount of gaming time in compared to the average 40-year-old man, I bet. But it's also just like, there's not enough time.
It does seem to be a real opal ring. Very well. You've proven that you're acting in good faith. I'll come along.
Esmerelda, join the group. Ding. Okay. So, as discussed, might still be able to snatch Leon, but can't get him right now. So now we're down to Lester and Window. Okay. I have enough time that I want to be circumspect in my hint asking. So I'm going to ask for a very specific hint about Lester, which is not Lester, Window. Am I missing something obvious or am I missing something obscure? Like, am I forgetting? Did I miss in all those scrolls through? Something obscure. Okay. Okay. Let me think. I don't know why I'm looking at our items. Do any of us have an item that's obviously... Come on, Window. Why can't we just tempt him with the window set? And I guess on the Lester note, I don't know how to target a hint. But if somebody wants to give me a Lester hint without just telling me the answer, but a nudge type hint. Where was I going? Not here. Oh, I recall. Cooking. He's a cook. I tried bringing. Oh, or like... Oh! I will have to check the book. This is my kind of hint. I don't know when I'll get to do my next Blueprints check-in stream, but for anyone who is into Blueprints and whether or not you paid any attention to my own playthrough of it, I will mention that I've solved 2 out of 3 of the A New Clue puzzles. The Craftsman book is this one. Lester specializes in stews. Okay. Specializes in stew. Don't use the elevator. Go back to his name Rock for a sec. Hey there, you need something from my vault? Oh. I can't remember even... I remember that happening. But I don't remember what it was. So it's funny. I solved one puzzle in the A New Clue book and found the reward for it kind of a letdown based on what I expected. And I texted Greg to that effect. Oh, yeah. 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 I recall that. Yes, not super exciting. Okay. No, like... It's like, do we have potatoes and leeks stored here by any chance? Okay. Stew. How does specializing in stew... Is it an item hint? Is it a party member hint? You know, Sanchez, if you were really pretending everything was normal, you should be offering me wine. Is there literally a character named Stu? That would be funny. And stupid. And I don't think it's the answer. Yeah, honestly, Sanchez, like both the Mathiu stabbing and then trying to kill us all in a blazing inferno, and then being like, I have come to care for all of you, and I'm very sorry. That's a bit rich. I'm not entirely sold on your love for me. Wait, hold on. I didn't even look. Is Esmerelda? She's not a fighter. Yeah. I'm the victim here, just so we're clear. Because it makes me sad to do this. Just all the weirdos hang out on the roof. Friends, huh? Maybe they're not such a bad thing after all. Someday, Uber and I will settle this once and for all. My journey won't end until I catch her. Yeah, seriously. It's exclusively... Like, I guess you could say the ninjas. Like, they're just ninjas. They just need a spot to hang out. But, I mean, ninjas are inherently loner recluses. Weirdos. And then everyone else. Nah, I can still give the young ones a run for their money. My master has been in high spirits of late. Yeah. I mean, we also have some weirdos in the basement. At the two extremes. What are you guys talking about? Barbarossa is my enemy. That's all there is to it. Yo. Still waters run deep, though. We now know that Humphrey is a deeply traumatized person. Okay, Apple. You do you. Okay. Just looking around for all the new recruits. I guess I bet Esmerelda will be somewhere in the west wing there. Aw. Commander James, Krill made me look forward to serving you in battle. I'm gonna be a strong warrior, just like Krill Mimi. They're just standing in an odd way? I thought they were like nuzzling each other. I'm Fusulu, the strongest man in the world. Well, AK, you should step out from behind the laundry and introduce yourself to Fusulu here. I feel like the two of you would have a lot to talk about. I am... But... Full disclosure, I don't know that I've seen any Adventures of Pete and Pete. You know, Black was a great dragon. He really was. Oh, Futch, stop making us sad by talking about your pain. Wait, Esmerelda's obviously having a flower garden. But I guess Sonya probably came up here. Gotta say, food here is surprisingly good. Besides, looks like we have a better chance of winning. I like Griffith. James, you resemble your father more and more. Okay, let's pump the brakes though, Esmeralda, because this could get pretty fucked up pretty quick. A lot of people have the view of they never should have revived Arrested Development. They should have just left it alone. I'm a pretty big fan of Season 4. I've still not even seen the entirety of Season 5, which did seem worse when I saw it. Which is all to say... Oh, it's not even a Season 4 thing. It's the original... Pardon me. It's the original series where you see Tony Wonder making out with a girl, and then he comes to talk to Buster and Job, and he just goes, "She's my brother's widow." It's fucked up. Like, yeah, that is pretty fucked up, dude. Why'd you do that? Where's the pleasure garden? I don't even remember. I thought it was up there. So out here is where the tough people hang out. Must have been up a level. I must have missed the turn. The problem with having such a great and mighty level 4 castle. No, wait, this is where the tough people are. Or the... I don't know. I don't know how to make them into a group. Want to see me dance again? Absolutely baffled by how I've lost track of the locations of my own castle. Because this is my quarters. Okay. I'm still waiting to see if the stew hint will percolate in my brain before I... Trying to balance time remaining with general preference for solving things with minimal hint pleading. Oh no, damn it. No, I forgot we were on the games floor. Hey, speaking of games floor, I did real gambling. For the first time in my life. In the responsible way, where you just bring a small amount of money and that's all you're going to do, and then you're going home. And I turned my $50 at the casino into $100. So if you add that... Well, maybe if Lester was here, I would have known that. Maybe that's the key. Yeah, where's the fucking pleasure garden? Oh, wow. It was your destiny to gamble that one specific time. It was funny because I had gradually like just depleted my $50 down to like 35 at a point where Danielle got on a hot streak at blackjack and turned her 50 back up into 70, I think. And then we split off to just both do one last thing before we left. And I just got a hot machine or whatever, however the saying goes, and turned 30 into 100. And I was like, all right. It turned into 103. And I was like, fine, I'll do one $3 bet. And then I'm just stopping. Why would I keep going? This is just driving me insane. Where is Millich? What has happened to my brain that I can neither remember nor just find in this relatively small map? And anyway, so I was like, oh, sweet. So now we're really coming out ahead. And I went to find Danielle, and she... her final choice was not as wise as mine. Instead of winning up to having doubled her stake and then quitting, she blew it all. So it didn't work out for her. But we had fun. And because we had, reset a limit, we didn't destroy ourselves. Okay. I'm utterly mystified by how I can no longer find Milish's place. Anyway, on the whole, the gambling, it was fine. We weren't there that long. Then we went to dinner. I didn't feel a huge risk of becoming a gambling addict. Just would have sworn that the pleasure garden was just up there. Did I miss a spot over here? No. Or is it in here and up? Obviously. Is it in the one place I haven't looked? Yes, of course it is. If anything, that's overdetermined. Of course. Oh, my bosom buddy. How could I ever forget about you? I love you too, Vincent. I grow so weary of this boorish place. Yeah, well, you're not getting another Opal. Okay, while I continue to wait on a stew idea, someone want to give me a window-related nudge. Okay, hold on. You selling any foods? No. Turtle orb. Prevents status ailments. I don't think I need any of these. Or really anything at all. Actually. Yes. Hat. by... Okay. Okay. Apparently Victor will not do a full helmet. I think I do actually remember. Okay, but first. Did I not just buy myself dragon armor? Apparently not. Oh, because I got it for Cleo. Cleo, Cleo, Cleo. Cleo, 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 Cleo. Okay. First. Don't think so. But you don't need the elevator for this. Hey there, did you need something from my vault? That's why I'm here, buddy. Okay. Okay, I've got like nothing. So one of us is already carrying sugar, right? No. Not that I think. Purely based on Cedric having already made a joke about sugar glass earlier, it's probably not. But okay. Not super optimistic that the haziness orb will inspire Window to be like, no, 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 I can make clearer things than that. In fact, I would describe my confidence level as low. But that was the answer with the sound effect girl, right? There was a specific orb. Yeah. Wait, how silly would it be if they sell the glass orb or the window orb right here? No. Hmm. 4:30. Don't want to spend any time next week working on getting these last two characters. But I do still have a little bit of time. So I'm gonna hold off on begging for more specific hints yet. Okay. I don't know why I'm just looking at us all again. Alright. Gotta use the bathroom again. This is one of the consequences of having had a really big breakfast and therefore skipping lunch, which I know I shouldn't do, that's not responsible, and then just drinking soda. Slowly all afternoon. Hang tight, gang. I'll be right back, and perhaps I'll be humble enough to be like, all right, where's the orb of stew? Hang tight. And we're back. Okay. Okay. Not yet for a stronger hint. I don't think any of the dialogue in Kirov made a direct reference to a stew. But what if I can combine knowing the word stew is relevant with something else? No, I'm not staying if you're not going to offer me free stew. Okay. I've heard tale of a stew. No. And I guess I ought to be taking a look at what can be purchased in every store. Both because maybe there's some cool item I want to have, but also what's the other thought my brain is trying to form here? Yeah, Kunto's large mansion. Once I saw that pod, I was like, what if for the first friggin' time there's environmental interaction? And there actually is. Okay. Is there also a stew cooking in this house? No. I mean, this is what I was expecting to happen in the other place. Okay. I've tasted the stew. Is Lester in the rich man's home now? Okay. Weird. Oh my! You've gone and tasted all my stews. Okay, so I had already done one. At least. Didn't realize I was on a stew quest. Okay. Only someone special could appreciate the taste of my work. Leader of the Liberation Army? No wonder. It all makes sense now. Very well. Let me join you. Okay, I guess. Weird. But I'll take it. Okay. So yeah. That leaves Leon and Window. I mean, I don't even feel like I figured it out with the hint of Stu and Kirov. I still just feel like I fell on it. Okay. And then... Alright, I'm actually going to temporarily go to the internet to remind myself of something. Yeah. Yeah. So what I was just reminding myself, for anybody curious, was I remembered that the whole thing of Melody was that there was a rune that would awaken her power, and we found it. It was the sound rune. I was looking up to remind myself where I found it relative to where Melody was, because I remember Melody was in Kirov, or at least I think she was. And it says it was found in Kareka. So... let's go to the area with the warriors' village. And let's go looking for the frame rune. Or the glass rune. Or whatever. I was the one who was supposed to defeat Necklord. How the hell were you ever going to defeat the Necklord, man? You're just a guy. You don't have a name. You don't have a portrait. You look exactly like every other regular Joe. Oh, yeah. Wait. I didn't even read his dialogue aloud. I'm not going to bother replying to him. Actually, you know what? It's not even a good joke, but... sword is a warrior's most prized possession. It's customary in our village to name your sword after the one who's most dear to you. Oh, yeah. I just stab people with a long stick. It seems very unlikely that I missed a chest. And I looked at the shop here. And surely if I had looked at the shop and they were like, do you want to buy the window orb? Or the glass orb, the pane orb, the frame orb, the defenestration orb. Surely I would have jumped on that. But what if I didn't? No. Okay. However... the equivalent of, you know, if we're doing the SATs here. Yeah. Kaleka is to Kirov as something not the warrior's village is to the warrior's village. Maybe. At any rate, I got 20 minutes. So I might as well try to make it with the hints I have. But don't worry, when I'm down to very few minutes, I will swallow my pride. No, not going back. I've gone back through Necklord's castle. I will not be doing that again. Wait. There's like nothing. Is there? Because this is just... Isn't this just... No, wait. No. It's not what I thought it was. It's a clone. Clone. I can imagine a situation where I missed a treasure chest here. Not in the Cave of Time, I hope. Door still locked. Weird touch. Can't get in, can't get out. Okay. Is there an unopened treasure chest containing just the orb I need? Ah. For a brief moment, I was like, what if it's the one other item interaction that appears to that works in the entire game? Environment interaction. Okay. No. I don't want to go back in the Cave of the Past. And also, I already have today, and I do not think that I saw a treasure chest that I had not opened. What if it's in the horrible bridge fort? The name of which escapes me. But it'll be displayed on screen in a minute, so we'll find out. If I didn't toss the pirate's den enough. Wait, it's not where I meant to go. Yeah, there's not a ton. There's not a ton going on environment-wise. There's at least one dungeon puzzle, wasn't there? That involved, like, doing something. Great description. By me. Alright. Maybe. Oh, but we've slogged back through this dungeon before already. Have we not? Hey, it's Milish's portrait. You know, I actually kind of like his style. And saying that opens a secret. If one of these is the orb of glass. Hey, the nightmare cards. Windows set 1. Well. No. Got my hopes up. I will give the magic rune piece immediately to old Clea. Wait, can I do the exact same gimmick? No. Yeah, seriously. Although I should have known, since there was obviously an unexpected environmental interaction immediately before it, when you had literally just told me that none of the environmental interactions are related to the stars. Well, what are you gonna do? Don't need to fight you anymore, Nightmare. Got all the opal I'll ever need. One single opal. Oh, wow. Well, there you go. At least 4. Can't go in these little gazebos. Even though they totally look like they have foot switches in the middle of them. For a Dark Souls elevator into the underground. Okay. Assuming that I haven't red herringed myself based on your earlier hint, someone want to nudge me towards the direction of the rune of glazing? Music to my ears, Holmes. I've heard great things about the story in that game. I've heard a general, like, improvement in quality of life, inventory management, things like that. I've heard doing a bit more with the recruits, with the non-combat recruits for managing stuff. Lorimar region. Okay. I would like to request teleportation, please. Ah, yes. Lorimar. Wait. So it is down here. Or am I misunderstanding which part of this is Lorimar based on the fortress? Okay. Thank you, Tashtari. I had interpreted correctly. Okay. Okay. Well. Let's pound the pavement a little more. Really don't think that I missed a pickup here, but what if I did? Would not be a good use of my potch to buy the Champion's Orb just so we can go back through Necklord's castle without being hassled. If only that time she had said, he likes to brag a lot, but he'll never become a window frame maker without this orb. Give me 5 potch. Is it worth 5 potch to you? Is this the Dragon Quest well? Nope. And I know it's not. I'm looking anyway. Okay. Let's take a look. I mean, we've got Let Go. Secure in hand. I love the zombie unicorn. Right. That's like 3 times now I've been like very nice to them to show you both, and then you know. But is that nice if they didn't make it so you also remember? Come on. Oh, okay. The time that I did come back through Necklord's castle, though, I was making a point of just making a beeline and trying to avoid all the other rooms. So maybe I did miss a treasure chest on the way through and then on the second way through. Maybe. So that's obviously the one that opens up. When you solve the painting puzzle. But then surely yeah. Okay. Okay. It's one of the dungeons you cannot use an escape talisman in. I guess because it's above ground. What about this one? Okay. Okay. Just obsessively inspecting all the art and stuff now, even though no expectation of anything happening. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, come on. Unopened treasure chest for some dumb reason. Nope. It's in the China hutch. No. We've discussed that's never going to happen. Can't play the organ. Okay. The stained glass makes you want it to be here. Oh my god. Well. Oh wait. Nope. Only once. What's a rage orb? Yeah. Real dead dove moment there. What was I expecting it was going to say? Other than a very unhelpful comment. Well. I mean, cool. Got the rage rune. And yet somehow, I suspect that's not the one that will get young Window to join us as our window frame maker. Now we gotta slog all the way back. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm low enough on time now that I'm willing to ask, am I missing it right here in Necklord's Castle? Or am I on the right track by leaving here to try anything else? At least we have the Rage Orb, I guess. Okay. Well, I'd already been back to Klon Temple, but might as well one last time. In the temple, do not see treasure chest that I've missed. Vent. Okay. You can sleep. I guess maybe that's something you can literally do anytime there's a bed. Okay. Don't see anything in the temple. I should look once more. Okay. Last look before I say, you know what? I'm not going to change the window frames. I can't get the 108 bonus. What am I doing? What am I proving to who? By slogging through to recruit the change the window design guy. Nonetheless, I'm going to look. At the very least, if I don't find anything, I will just close the game without saving and we will bounce right back to the autosave. Of course, I already know that there's one secret passage in this area. So when I go back through, I should be trying to walk through the walls. Honestly does feel like we should be able to recruit Window just by telling him about how many different windows there are in the castle. Well, there you go. There was, in fact, a not even really all that obscured secret that I had missed. Just in time to wrap up. Yeah, well, I mean, this is a breezy first playthrough. Like... entirely just because I know I'm out of escape talismans. I've heard the second one is also pretty brisk. But I mean, I'm not surprised if it's bigger than this one. Well, there it is. The window orb. And the one treasure chest in the game I didn't open. Let's go get the window maker. I mean, after all this, I gotta change the windows. For the last time. Yeah, I mean, that is really the big thing. Is just, like, it is like pretty compact, but it also is just like... Hey, boss, got anything for me? Look, I can tell. You have something that's really important to me. That's it. The window room. Please, can I have it? In exchange, I'll join the Liberation Army. Yeah, take it. Thank you. For this, I give him a great stained glass window maker. Windows in. Might as well cross them off my list. And so it doesn't matter because we didn't save Pan and we didn't get Leon in time, and yet. Excellent. It's too late for me to find lunch. Unless Danielle wants to have a really late supper. Okay. Well. Yeah, especially like round based. Like not just turn based, but round based combat. Make it go fast. It's also a big point in the favor of the original wizardry. At least if you're playing it now on a computer that's obviously much faster than what you would have been playing it on in the past. Like when I play wizardry on my computer, just like every round, I'm just like spacebar, just mash the spacebar, just messages scroll right by. Keep it going. Wasn't really expecting Window to... Oh wait, Window is here. I wasn't expecting him to be here, I was just being thorough. Commander James, wasn't it? How can I help you? We're gonna change the goddamn windows, Window. Window type. I'll take this one. Ah, it's the background color. Well, it's not exciting. I can't help but notice that none of these options are what I looked up when I made the stream frames. But I guess that's just a remaster thing. Wait, now let's experience it. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad I made the change. It was all worth it. But yeah, I like. Not only does the way that they threaded the animations and stuff in their rounds make things go faster, but it's also just cool. Like it feels more dynamic. It improves the experience in its own right. Okay. Now, a thought did occur to me. I was very optimistic next week would be the end. Not because I'm sick of the game, just in the sense of thinking we can do it. And then I remembered that Danielle and I are going to drag brunch in the morning, and then we have friends coming over in the evening. So there is time in the middle, and hopefully that time will see us beating Suikoden. If it goes another week, I'll say screw it, we're rolling, and we're just going right into Suikoden 2. But that's where we're at. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up for the day. I just saved. We all saw it. Right? Yes. And yet. Oh, wait. I should have spoken to Lester. I still can't. Yes, I did save. But yeah, look at this. Like, you add in the fact that, like, I'm naturally going slower through the game because I'm talking randomly, getting distracted, need to tell a story, go to the washroom, whatever. And with what I assume is just 2 to 3 hours left, we're at 30 hours. And I've done almost all of the possible recruiting on a first playthrough. I'm not going to say I figured it all out for myself, but where I figured a lot of it out for myself. That's a brisk game. And it did that while also like having both the free roaming recruit 107 people and a linear narrative. Would you like to taste my stew? I believe I already did twice. It was exquisite. Okay. We're done for today. Cool. This was fun. We're bringing it in for a safe landing, hopefully next Saturday. So mark your calendars. And yeah, what's going to happen in between now and then? Tomorrow, I'm going to play the Colonel's Bequest, where I suspect, I don't think we'll be done with the game. Hope you'll be here too. If not, don't fear. Now you know that I'm doing Suikoden, and I've got a whole other one to do. The thing I just said. The Colonel's Bequest. That's a game. I'm not sure I'll ever replay this again. I'm getting touchier and touchier about replaying a lot of games for the reasons we discussed about so many other games to play. But pretty sure I will replay the Colonel's Bequest immediately on the stream. But I think we'll see the ending of the story tomorrow. If I'll, spend time depending. But I think it'll happen. The bodies were stacking up and time was going quickly when I wrapped up last time. It's been a fun playthrough so far, and I'm really excited to, among other things, I only just figured out the mechanic of the monocle that you get pretty early on in the game. Being a magnifying glass if you look at thing with monocle, and then you get more information. So, for a chance, I will learn more in a second playthrough by using that earlier. But we'll play that through to the end. I really do want to say that there will be extra final week of vacation streaming. I don't know. It has not worked out the way I wanted it to so far. But we'll see. If I can get extra stuff in, I had Getsu Fumaden that I started playing, and that was kind of fun. But at the same time, I wanted to check out Celeste 64, which I've downloaded. I just got to switch to. Maybe there's something I want to do on that. I once again have not managed to get my retro review gimmick going, but maybe I'll take a day and finally get that ready, and then in the future we'll do. I don't know. Things I can say for sure is that on Wednesday, Greg and James beat 'em up. We're pushing on. We're getting closer and closer to having played every beat 'em up through the year 1993. I had hoped we'd be done at the start of the summer, but we've missed a lot of weeks this year. What are you going to do? But I hope it works out. On Friday, if you like Frosthaven, or if you like my half-baked Fran Drescher impression, well, for either of those potential audiences, there's a little bit of something. So on Friday night Frosthaven, I will be in my drag persona, Jamie Rose, the Professor, and we will see if we can beat the Realm of Endless Frost scenario. We're right outside the boss room in excellent shape, which is not how we made it to the boss room last time. So I'm optimistic, but we're going to see. I'm going to play it out hard. And like I said, I hope along the way there's a couple of extra streams. Without wanting to get too far into the details, it's the last week of my vacation next week, but it's possible I'll have to work at least a few hours during it. Time will tell. But I definitely won't have to work the whole thing. And what I'm saying that for is that we're in a labor dispute. And we were expecting that the board would give us 48 hours notice of a lockout at the end of the day on Friday. Because obviously, on our end of the labor dispute, we don't want to go on strike at all. Nobody ever wants to go on strike. But we definitely don't want to go on strike in August, because what's the point? The faculty can't go on strike in August and accomplish anything. But then if you flip that perspective, you can see why the employer would be like, why we would think the employer might be like, let's just lock them out in the summer. Because that'll start starving them. But it won't. Maybe we can break them in a couple of weeks and still start the fall term, get all the tuition money. But they didn't, so I don't know what's going to happen. I might wind up with a period of more time on my hands. Or it might be exactly the opposite. I have no idea. We'll find out together as we move on to the future. And before you know it, it'll be next Saturday. And hopefully, we're going to see the end of the Gate Rune War. Alright? If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice. I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when, like I said, I think it's the end. But we'll see. Take care of yourselves. And be kind to everyone you meet.